Hello, Scott Hilton, Scott Talks. Today we're going to look at the Internet Movie Databases, recommendations for some hot shows to watch from Apple TV right now. It's May 2025, so let's see what they have to say. First up, Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm. It's supposed to be a hot show. Internet Movie Database gives it a 7.8 rating. You got John Hamm, Amanda Peet, Olivia Munn. Tons of good stars. Looks like a definite winner. Hamm's always a favorite to watch. Its description is a hedge fund manager resorts to burglary after losing his job, targeting wealthy neighbors to maintain his family's lifestyle, but makes a fateful error breaking into the wrong house. So he's a rich guy, loses his job, can only keep himself afloat, according to the trailer, about 6 months, and then they would lose everything. They wouldn't be able to afford to stay in that neighborhood. And he's like, all my neighbors have rich stuff I could sell, and they'll never miss it. Go to parties, visit, say hello, take something. Good plan. 8.7 is Severance. A crazy show. Huge hit. Everyone's watching it. Everyone loves it. It's got Adam Scott, Britt Lauer, a lot of different people in it. It did not click with us. My wife and I were like, we watched the first episode and went, don't get it, but that's okay. A couple months later, we watched the second episode. Still wasn't getting it. So it just wasn't for us. But the rest of the world loves Severance, so you should watch Severance. It's definitely a must check out. The studio is new. From Seth Rogen, it's got Catherine O'Hara. He's basically heading up a movie studio, and all the craziness that goes along with that. 30 minutes. I mean, you can't beat that. And Apple TV Plus is still ad-free at the moment. And so probably less than 30 minutes, right? If they left room for commercials. But it's streaming. Streaming doesn't have to follow those rules. They can make a show as long and short as they want. But usually, you figure you could sit and eat a meal and watch that show. Or before going to bed, you can sit and watch an hour drama. You're like, I can watch 30 more minutes. I can watch the studio, right? Apple TV Plus is one of the last holdouts for ad-free. Now, the big rule on ad-free and streaming is they will have little promotions for other shows they have. Like, you might see a John Hamm spot for Your Friends and Neighbor before watching the studio, and they won't count that as an ad. Live events, sports, if they have something like that, you might get some ads. That's the way it works in the world of streaming. So not sure about sports on Apple TV, but there could be ads or things pop up. A lot of things are hit the pause button, you get a little ad off to the side. Apple is avoiding a lot of that right now. Could happen eventually, sure. But right now it's a great deal. $9.99, I think it is, and $99 for a year, $9.99 a month. Get 30 great days of they spent tons of money on their shows, get the best actors, best talent. It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth in your rotation. Because at this point, even Netflix can be rotated. A lot of you are like, no, I gotta have my Netflix. Yeah, I know. But especially in the summer, away from the network shows end about May. This is when things are gonna wrap up. It'll be very rare to have a show that it pushes into just the beginning of June. But you should be able to wrap up your network stuff, and which means you need something to watch. But a lot of people are traveling, going on vacation. They don't put out a lot of stuff. They might put out a new show that has about 10 episodes that they hope to make a permanent show later on and introduce to people in the summer, but they're not going to have a lot of new stuff. So this is when you get Apple TV. This is when you get Max. This is when you try Amazon Prime Video if you've never had it and you don't have Prime shipping, and get it free anyway. So we'll go with that. Ted Lasso 8.8. This is the show that everyone's talking about that you have to see. There's even talk of another season. So that Jason Sudeikis, great show, great show. It's a must watch, okay? And I mean, you can't, I don't want you to miss that one. That is the show everyone's talking about, okay? Silo. Excuse me. Rebecca Ferguson. It's a neat dystopian future sci-fi show. She's the one that you see in all the Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise. Good show. Dope Thief. Getting a lot of recommendations. Get a lot of recommendations. 7.1 on the Internet Movie Database. It's basically some friends that pretend they're DEA agents and steal dope from, you know, the bad guys, and then they get caught. And they're like, oh no. Okay, a new show. Kareem is there. I have it listed. It doesn't have a high Internet Movie Database rating. It's about a chef during the Napoleon era. Sorry. The Gorge. Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy. Great movie. Great movie. I loved it.